So the last thing that I wanted to talk about today were some of the reasons why people use a surrogate. So when we decided that we wanted to use a surrogate, I was really unsure about, well, why does everybody else use one? Or like, what is a situation where people normally use a surrogate? It just brought me more comfort knowing. So I did some research, and here are all the different reasons why people have used a surrogate in the past. Now, the research behind surrogacy and success rates and intended parents is not great. There's a lot of secrecy, and for good reason. Not everybody wants other people to know how they got their baby. It's a reason very similar to adoption, but there is still a little bit of research. And so the first thing I want to talk about before going into these reasons is that you can find a surrogate for whatever reason you want or need. So here are all the medical reasons, but there might be some medical reasons why you might not want to become pregnant if you are a woman. And so that includes if you're a model or an actress. There's plenty of examples of these women with these professions using a surrogate because if they become pregnant themselves, they might not get the roles they want, or they'll get passed up for a campaign or something like this. So for them, it's really important to have a surrogate because then they don't get the income that they would otherwise have. So the medically related reasons I have listed here, I got from a fertility and sterility article. And in that article, they show that the most common reason to use a surrogate is because the intended mother has a diminished ovarian reserve. So this means that the woman does not have enough eggs of high quality left over. So she is probably above 45 or maybe even a little bit younger. And so in this case, it's very likely that the surrogacy is also involving a donor egg. The second most common reason is a woman with a hysterectomy or another uterine-related factor, maybe severe scarring. So if you don't have a uterus or you have a uterus that doesn't work very well, you can't grow a baby. About 12% of the time we see that it's a male-related factor. And now the article is not very explicit on which ones are related by, male issues versus male same-sex couples. But we know that about 12% of the time it's related to a male reasoning for a surrogate. And then in fourth place, we have medical conditions that make pregnancy unsafe. So this can be anybody that has a history of cancer or a cardiac disease, that the actual act of being pregnant, because pregnancy puts women in a lower health category. So you could be a very healthy woman, but if you're pregnant, you are going to be less healthy as a pregnant woman than you would be as a non-pregnant woman. So pregnancy is hard. So not everybody can handle it. In fifth place, we have recurrent pregnancy loss. So these are people that might have had severe preeclampsia like I did, or another issue related to pregnancy. And then we have other things like tubal factors and other ovulatory disorders. So these are ovulatory disorders more related to the hormone imbalance, and it might not be conducive for a pregnancy. And finally, we have endometriosis, which we are learning more and more about in more recent years. So these are all the medically related reasons why a couple or a single person might embark on a surrogacy journey.